Here we go! 1 woman, 7 men who still pay their adult children's cell phone bill. Let's do it! I am on the road, people. Raleigh, St. Louis, Tarrytown. I'm taping a special. Portland just added. Rochester, it's coming after the new year. Get your tickies. Here's all the places I'm going. Dania Beach. Come on. Assemble the group chat. Get the family group chat. Bring them all out. Here's the link. Hit the link. Let's go. We're back at the mansion. Pascal is steaming his shirt. And here we go. Not 5 seconds into the episode, can you give us a half a minute to settle into old people dating? Do I need to see Pascal's package right away? Nobody wants this. Pascal is the only one who wants this. He wants to let all the women know that he can fill out some tighty-whities. The rest of us, we have to be shocked and have to, question why we even watch this show. I mean, rest in peace to his children who are at home being like, my God, I was okay watching him make out. This is a little much. So Joan meets with Trista Sutter, the original Bachelorette, the ghost of Bachelorette's past. And it's got to be a breath of fresh air for Trista Sutter. She's used to mentoring, the 24-year-old Bachelorette who's like, I don't know if he'll be good in my TikToks. He's giving, not great. I don't know if he slaps or not. Joan is here, hey, let's talk about our medications. And Trista's like, ugh, thank you, Joan. I would love to talk about our medications. They announce the one-on-one, and it goes to Keith, who always looks like the sun is in his eyes. It always looks like he's the sun is just getting to me, and I left my sunglasses at home, and they're pretty expensive, or else I'd buy some new ones. Yeah, I'd get some cheapies, but I have some really great Prada ones at home, so I'm just gonna tough this one out. So Keith is here for his one-on-one. They're gonna get on a helicopter for a very Bachelor date. Now, Keith has the dad bod that all men are striving for. The weight hits him low in the belly region so he can wear pants with a belt and it will kind of cover it up. His back is athletic, so you'll never notice that he's a bigger guy from behind. He's slim up top, so it's always going to be good looking up here. Yeah, these are dad bod goals. This is what you want. He's got height. This is what we're all looking to get to with drinking 6 beers a night. They're in the helicopter and they can see down to the mansion, and the men are out at the pool. It looks like they're just in the middle of a water aerobics class at a Lifetime Fitness. They're like, oh, turn the music down. I see a helicopter. Yeah, turn down the Aretha Franklin. We'll get back to doing our jazzercise. Let's watch a helicopter above us. They go to this winery, and this is my favorite part of the show. This is when 2 random people who happen to work at an event space get to ask the couple very personal questions about their dating life. These 2 are going to be like, so, what do you prefer in the bedroom? Tell us. We own a winery. We are in no way equipped of asking such personal questions, but we're the only ones here.
What are you looking forward to discovering about each other?
Look at, they're asking them personal questions. She's like, what are you looking to discover about each other? This is not the couple that I'm getting personal with without knowing them at all. If they're asking me questions about my relationship, I'm like, okay, are you guys swinging? Are you sizing us up? What type of situation are we looking for? What do you mean by that? We're looking for something traditional. What are you guys looking for? What do you mean? This guy is like, tell us. Tell us what you think of feet.
32 years.
These 2 have been married 32 years. Look at how good they look. They're like, what's the secret? He's like, we share scrunchies. That keeps us young. We live here out at the winery, and we exchange hair tutorials. That's what keeps our skin looking great. Also, amazing sex with random people who visit us at the winery. Are you in? So they cheers to being married 32 years, and listen to how Joan responds to that.
I was married to my late husband for 32 years.
Yeah. They're like, oh, cool. Okay. That's a change in conversation. They literally said, we've been married 32 years. She's like, yeah, I was married to my late husband who passed away and died suddenly for 32 years. And they're like, cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, if you're Keith, you're like learning what it's like to be at a dinner party with Joan. Like, Keith, this is it. This is a double date. This is what it's like. Hey, good to see you guys. Oh, it's your anniversary? Joan pipes in. She's like, my husband's dead. Happy anniversary. So Mark is Kelsey's dad. Kelsey won The Bachelor, and he lost his wife, and then he's not really sure if he should be here or not. And then he sees a hummingbird, and he tells the guys that he's been inspired to stay because he saw the hummingbird who represents his late wife. There's been a lot of birds representing late spouses on the season. Joan says that a hawk is her husband flying around. So Mark is going to stay. He feels inspired because he saw the hummingbird. Hey, yeah, that was me who Mark was looking at the mansion. And I just want to say, some of us are just birds. We're just birds looking for worms. And we happen to be flying around a mansion with a lot of men who have spouses who've passed. So I know the hawk is, in fact, Joan's late husband. I, on the other hand, am just a hummingbird. I'm just out here humming. I feel sorry for Mark. He looks at me sometimes a little sexually. It's a little uncomfortable. I'll deal with it because I feel for Mark, but I'm just a hummingbird. So they're at a Lucky Strike bowling alley for the group date. You can tell Pascal's not happy about this outfit. Joan can even tell.
I immediately knew he was not happy.
He's like, is this shirt Prada? No. I guess I can cover up my Hermes belt with this polyester. So they're bowling, and this guy Chock couldn't look any more in his element than at a bowling alley. He looks like he gets angry at his kid for improper bowling form. You gotta put your right leg behind your left leg. It's a pirouette. And keep your wrist straight. I tell you every day. And Chock is zoned in. He just asked her what side of the bed she enjoys. Chock, you're at a bowling alley during the daytime. There are kids' birthday parties going on nearby. Can you chill out a little bit? It's kind of cruel of the producers when they try to get them to like make a bad dad joke. Like, look, they gave them these things to clean the balls. I've been bowling. I've never cleaned a ball once. They're like, hey, don't you guys like cleaning balls? Big balls. Wouldn't you like to talk about it with Joan in an embarrassing way? So Jonathan sits Joan down to show her some old family photos, and all he has is his mom's old licenses. This is the most dad thing I've ever seen. He's like, yeah, no, I don't have any pictures, but I do have a government-issued license. Oh, and I have some extra passport photos that she got at CVS. Other than that, no family pictures. No. I have government-issued photos. I keep close to my heart. So he finally pulls out some actual pictures, and it is very dad to, like, have a picture. This is from yesterday. So he either has a license from 100 years ago or a picture he took a month ago because it's the first family vacation they did after the divorce. It is perfectly dad. The men are opening up to Joan in ways they haven't opened up to anyone in years. Guy really, like, tells her she's the one, and then, I wouldn't want this if I'm Joan. You just spent the day at a bowling alley. His finger's been up 17 different bowling balls, tuchus, that little kids have used. He definitely hasn't washed his hands, and now he's just rubbing that bowling ball grease all over your face. Joan, I hope there is a moist towelette somewhere in the vicinity. Chock is really zoned in. He's like a bad real estate agent. He's just assuming the clothes.
Well, I see it beautiful future for us. I really do, and I think it's.
He sounds like Peyton Manning is going to force us into a one-bedroom apartment that we can't afford. I just see a great future for you and I and this one-bedroom apartment that can make all your dreams come true. Yeah, listen, mortgage rates are high and Omaha. So Mark gets his first one-on-one date, and he gets dressed with the concentration that I have when I've day drank, and I'm not sure if I should be going out that night. I'm like, okay, maybe I should go to bed. No, put on the shirt. We'll see how we feel. No one's going to notice. You had 4 beers. You're going to be okay. Just go out. You'll have a water to start out the night, and then you'll have a drink. You won't have too many. It'll be fine. Every time they show Mark, it feels like we're watching a depression medication commercial. He's always looking off. It's always under the glow of a nice lighting. Just, does depression affect your life? Zoloft can help you. So Mark and Joan are going to have their one-on-one date on a yacht. And look, you're not going to believe this. Look at all late family members came here to join us. That's someone's father that passed away. That's someone's mother. That's a cousin that never got married, but the family still felt their loss in a painful way. This is one of my family members. We were more seals than we were birds. That's one of my late grandparents, probably eating some fish and eating a little too much and needing a nap. It's good to see the family. And this date is not going well. They don't have a lot to say. I just heard a seagull in the background, which is never a good sign. Mark, say something. Joan's pointing out beaches. Yeah, you're surrounded by beaches. Mark, say something. Ask her her favorite color. Tell her about the hummingbird you saw. Something. So this date is not going well. Not much being said. And now the captain, who looks like Jesse Palmer if he went through a divorce, comes down with a letter.
Hi, Joan and Mark.
And they're going to play a scavenger hunt. Let me read the letter. The rest of this date is just very sweet, and it feels like 2 people helping each other through the grieving, but not really like a romance. Like, Joan's doing Mark a favor. She's helping. A lot of this Golden Bachelorette is Joan talking to men who haven't talked to anyone in seemingly a decade. So Joan shows up at the house and steals Mark away. You never want to be brought to a bench on The Bachelor. If you're brought to a bench, that means you're getting dumped. I would be very confused. This is both couch and bench. So I wouldn't know. I'd be like, am I getting dumped? Am I getting proposed to? If I'm Mark, I'm like, did you talk to the hummingbird? What did the hummingbird tell you? So Mark gets dumped by Joan, and he's being very nice about it. If I'm Joan, I gotta feel like I dodged a bullet with Mark, because hometowns would have been New Orleans, a very loud and musical place, and Mark is constantly whispering. I wouldn't be able to hear a word. The whole hometown would be, what? We're going where? Grilled oysters? No, we're doing that later? Okay. So Mark says goodbye to the other men, and it is way more emotional than his goodbye to Joan. They're all crying. Joan and him, he was like, well, see you later. Good luck with everything. I mean, Pascal.
I'm really sad. He was my best friend.
He was my best friend. Pascal's talking about him like he's an 8-year-old. He was my best friend. You've known each other a week. They're all reacting as if the birds representing their late spouses have been found dead in the backyard. It's going to be okay. You guys can exchange numbers. So we're at the rose ceremony, and look at this strut from Guy. Guy is walking like I do after doing 2 bench presses with a moderate amount of weight. Like, that's right. Still got it. Just gonna keep my arms away from my body to show everyone that I got width. And here's Joan coming into the rose ceremony wearing a leather dress that looks like she got it at a Spirit Halloween superstore. Brave of her. The sweating in the leather dress, I can't even imagine. It's the final rose. It's between Dad Bod Keith, Old Man Face Filter Jordan, and huge chest tattoo Jonathan. Who's gonna get it?
Jordan.
Jewish Jordan gets it. That's right. We're going to be having Rugula in Chicago. And that's it for the Golden Bachelorette. And that's it for me. I'll be back next week with Hometowns. Tell a friend, share a story that you like, tag someone in my feed post, or make it your story. I'll be back next week. Boom.